What's going on, y'all? Gazerine 2K here with Steuben. This is the Gust of Wind Podcast. Steuben, how you feeling today?
All right. We've had some interesting things
Yes.
develop, and we're gonna touch on that as well as some other topics.
Yes, sir.
But how's your week been? That's the real question. How's
The
your
week
week been?
is a solid week. It was a solid week. I played in another in real life tournament. It was
Okay,
another
okay.
Wednesday tournament. I'll talk about it a little bit later. Um, what about yourself?
It was all right. Busy with work and not work and editing the last episode and getting in the groove of like creating content that isn't live streaming
hmm
again. So it's a
I
process.
mean,
It's a
do you really
process.
work at your job though? Seems like you kind of get a lot of
Today,
downtime.
Today I did. Yeah, I
Oh,
didn't have any Stube content time. I have an emote commission or two, and I didn't get to touch them today. But
oof.
I mean, they're both super chill people that understand that, like, hey, I'll get to it when I get to it.
Now, Stu, I got a couple things I want to talk to you about, man. We didn't get to touch on this last week, but this whole thing with PTCGL.
Yeah, we'll hammer that down. I do want to address one little thing before we start.
Yes,
Like,
sir.
start. Is that this is going to be a mini episode. We also just recorded an interview with Ricardo Totti and Iodito, and that's going to be a separate episode at the same time as this. So keep an eye out for that if you want to hear what it's like to play in Brazil and his second place run and a lot of other interesting things that I feel like a lot of the community needs to hear and see.
Yes.
Take a look out for that in the next day or so after you find this little mini episode here.
Yes, yes. It was eye opening to me.
Yeah, I definitely. I feel like a lot of the community
Yeah,
in North America and Europe and Oceania really needs to hear what it's like to be a South American Pokemon player right
yeah.
now.
I want something to be done about that. I want something to make it more accessible for him. But well, yeah,
Yeah,
different topic.
yeah. Hey, just go listen to that mini episode or the whatever, and you can check this out. Spotify, Apple Music, Anchor, and of course on the YouTube channel.
Yes, sir.
Uh, so yeah. But anyways, yeah, PTCGL. It sucks.
Yeah, there's no way to put it lightly. It sucks.
They really dropped the ball, and I feel like I don't know what happened with like the whole the whole Mahone thing where he kind of like dropped the ball himself, and I
Well,
don't know if their NDAs ran out or like their shill contracts expired.
you saying
Um,
him and Azul and Celios and everything. They're like, wait a second, we're not getting paid
well,
enough
I
money for
mean,
this. No, it's
yeah, I feel like maybe they were brought on early intentionally to push it out there, and then after that pay flow stopped coming in, they're like, all right, I can't take this anymore. I'm gonna
no.
expose this for what it
I
is.
don't think that was the case because I watched Mahoney when he I watched a lot of the streamers when the beta first dropped and everyone moved to Canada. There's quotation marks if you can't see. When everyone moved to Canada, they tried it out, and Mahone was already off the bat not impressed. Celios wasn't impressed. Azul was trying really hard to give it a chance. He was trying his hardest. He was trying so hard. And other names out there like Trainer Chip, he wasn't too impressed with it. He said, so much of it was broken, and he even put a video out about it way before anything else came out. So I feel like a lot of them were trying to be more optimistic, and
Yeah,
it's not ready.
no, I don't think it is. I know we need an accessibility solution for players in general, and that was going to be the way. But it brought so many other problems along with it that is at this point, is it worth it to even to invest in the one platform over the other?
Yeah,
Um, and I mean, IRL plays, pretty much almost in full swing for the most part. So some people just use PTCGO or L as like a
testing.
pseudo simulator
Yeah,
or tournament practice.
just a testing ground, right? So
Yeah,
um,
basically.
I did like the fact that it was going to come out. It's going to be really push for mobile. I did like that idea because I wanted to play Pokemon while I'm in the bathroom. You know what I mean?
I mean, I spend plenty of time there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Same here. And I'm a transparent
yeah,
guy. I
yeah,
want to play while I'm,
yeah,
yes. But
yeah,
um,
yeah.
just the product
I
we
want
got.
I want my legs to fall asleep playing Pokemon.
Exactly. But the product we got that's not it. That ain't it, Chief. I was happy that was gonna be mobile. Really highly accessible for mobile. I like that idea, and I understood some of the things they had to do. They had to shrink down some of the cards. So it showed up better holding your phone, vertically, in that kind of direction. They had to adjust a few things. I understand why they had to do some things, but it's just not appeasing to the eyes, is it?
No, it's the avatars are creepy.
That's
and a waste of CGI
that
budget.
That had nothing to do
dead
with anything.
space,
I don't know why they did that.
the dead space in the background, the way the cards crop themselves down just to be like the artwork with like boxes over it.
Well, they did that, I think, because so it could fit on mobile in a vertical.
I get it, look. But like at the same time, like they waited like 3 weeks for the mobile beta to even roll out for anybody anyway. So like, why not just have two separate versions? A desktop version and a mobile version. I mean, I get it. You have to have like compatibility and everything. I don't know coding and like game design or whatever, but like look at Master Duel on desktop and it's awesome. It's awesome. And then people who play Master Duel on mobile, it's the same damn thing as the desktop.
And yeah, there needs to be a separate version that's more desktop friendly, more accessible for desktop. So I completely agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, and all these other games, they have spectator modes and all that stuff, and like there's still nothing like that for PTCGL.
Mm-hmm.
And
the bugs are an issue, but I mean that's expected. It's a beta. It's just being tested.
Yeah,
they're trying to figure the stuff out, of course.
And you're not going to find all these bugs or issues if there's not more people playing it.
Mm-hmm.
And so some of these things are taking quite a while for them to be found.
Yeah, and with so many people getting away from them now, it's going to be even harder to find what happens if you try to put quick ball for Bidoof or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of the bigger creators have moved back. They've got deported from Canada and have come back to wherever they live.
That's terrible. Those
yeah,
poor guys.
it's not looking good for this, especially with the massive community backlash and everything going on.
Yeah, I think just everyone had enough was enough. Mahone started the revelation. I guess people are like, if Andrew Mahone could say something, I could say what I've been wanting to say. And then
yeah,
I knew Mahone would say something eventually because he did not like it. He didn't even like the look of it. I think he has he majors in art. He majored in art, or he took some. He has an art degree somewhere along there, and he just aesthetically looking, he's like, it's not pleasing to the eye. I don't even like how it looks. And I knew he would break eventually. The one who surprised me was Azul. Azul, he was real chill about it, real optimistic. He's like, I mean, there's gonna be bugs. The avatars are weird, but he covered his avatar with his own camera when he streamed. I didn't think it would get to him, but eventually he was like, it's broken. It doesn't work well.
Yeah,
it's annoying. It's ugly.
It's like the domino effect. It only takes one person to put it out there. Hey, this sucks. And then everyone else is just like, yeah, it sucks. Grab your torches and pitchforks. And, go from there. I mean, even like none of the smaller creators that like were like trying to make it, and I don't want to like flame anybody, but, a lot of smaller creators kind of just ride the wave of the big guys, and a lot of them waited. Some people are like, no, I'm out. I'm done. I don't want this.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a part of it from day one. Some people shilled it, and then people played it or felt optimistic for it. I mean, for us as Twitch streamers specifically, it was weird when they first announced it, because then like the in-game economy collapsed. It completely collapsed. The currency of gold quick balls and tropical beaches turned into
when it was first announced. Oh yeah,
when it was first
was
announced.
That in September? Was that September?
Yeah,
August,
late August, early September, I want to say. And we both give away codes and cards in game, and other streamers do as well. Like everyone's like, oh crap, I can't take more than 4 of anything over. Let's just give everything away.
Yeah.
And then some people are like, I'm going to give everything away. And then now, like, it's still not out for a beta for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's got all these issues.
Mm-hmm.
People are backlashing it. There's still no real news or announcements about it. And,
No.
like, all those people who gave everything away have to rebuild. Azul, for example, like, he had to reach out on Twitter for people to come in and be like, hey, I need cards again. I need codes. What can anybody help me out? And, I mean, people helped him. And then in return, he gave away booster boxes.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
But I mean, what I think the worst thing they could have did, they gave you the option to migrate your account early in the beta. It's a beta. You want to test this out, right? Just unlock every card, that you have available at that time? So what's that? Sword and Shield base through at the time, was it Fusion Strike?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
originally they said that it wouldn't have anything older than Lost Thunder in it or
yeah.
whatever.
But I think at this current time, I don't think there's any expanded anything. So it's just at this current
Yeah,
time, it's
no,
just Sword and Shield base, right? Just standard.
the expanded card pull is available, but it's not able for you to play with.
Yeah. So
From what I'm
why even have it
understanding.
available? But yeah, so just give everyone access to every card from Sword and Shield to Fusion Strike. Let them try, play, test. Don't let anyone migrate their accounts over because it's not ready. It might not be ready for a while. Who knows? So they should have did that way. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I know. I agree. I think they jumped the gun too hard, and now we're stuck in limbo between content hell of one game versus another and a community divide, and a lot of people just not liking either product that's out.
yeah. Well, I mean, there's always IRL.
Yeah, IRL. I mean,
Speaking of IRL,
yeah,
switching gears.
you've been playing
I was going to ask
again.
you if you had played anything recently.
No, I didn't get to this week.
Emily,
I mean,
your fiance, Emily did, though,
yeah.
didn't she?
Yes, yeah. So for those that don't know, I stream tournaments every Thursday. That ended up on YouTube as well. Thanks to our buddy Seaside who's doing the editing. Emily got to play for the first time at one of these tournaments in months and ended up in the
Hey,
final round on
hey.
stream.
What did she play?
She played her own little build of Rapidstrike Urshifu, and she unfortunately had a bad start and lost to a really unique and interesting Arceus Rayquaza VMAX deck.
Okay. It seems like you can put Arceus anything.
I
Recently on
think so.
Twitter, I saw Ricardo
Yeah,
Totti. He
yeah,
had like four. Did you see that? He had four different deck lists with
yeah,
Arceus.
yeah. I did. I
One of
saw
them,
those.
one of them made sense. Like, okay, Arceus, and Venusaur VMAX, sure. Then Blastoise VMAX. I'm like, I guess. But he had something on there that made what was it? Made no sense. I'm like, that's not gonna work. I have to go back and look at it, but it was some random VMAX. I'm like, no, Ricardo, that can't work. There's no way that works. But he says
I
Arceus
mean,
goes in anything. It's like barbecue
on
sauce.
yeah, on stream last night, I played with Arceus Whimsicott and loved it. I played with Arceus Charizard and absolutely loved it. Like I would build an IRL if Charizard VMAXs weren't $45 still for the lowest version of it. I only need one, but that's just too much to foot for it.
That deck goes with
And then
two
I
V
played.
stars and one VMAX.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I was like, oh, let's play bad decks from Limitless today, and I liked 2 out of 3 a lot, and like I kind of want to build them physically and get them added into the collection. And then the one I didn't like was the Lycanroc deck.
I seen that.
Um,
A buddy of mine, on
I
guard.
didn't hit a lot. Yeah, yeah, I was his list I played with. I
Hmm.
didn't hit any Sobbles, any Inteleon matches on the ladder.
Oh,
So like the whole being able to just KO a 60 HP or less remaining Pokemon, it didn't happen. So like I struggle bust to play that deck correctly because of like just the matchups. And again, I don't play in online tournaments just because like I don't care.
hmm
I don't care to. Give me an actual deck. Let's hold webcam tournaments. Screw it. Let's do this. Gust of Wind.
Let's do it live.
Sponsored webcam tournament. Maybe someday.
I'm down. I'm down. I play in real life
All right.
now. I mean, so.
Yeah, you got cards. I mean, we'd be commentating and all that kind of
Oh
stuff,
man, I
and
want to
casting
play.
it, hosting it. All right, you play. I'll do the rest.
Let's
That's
go.
fine. Sure. I already do everything else, anyways. Dang it.
Oh, come on. But no, speaking of playing, I played in my second real life event. I'm going every Wednesday from now on, and I guess the last Saturday of every month, the shop I go to, they do a win-a-box tournament.
Okay, awesome.
So yeah, everyone plays. I think it's a $10 buy-in, and you get prizing, packs and things like that, ETBs, build and battle kits, and then the top player, one who takes it all, they win a booster box.
Yeah,
So
that's pretty good.
I'm definitely gonna enter in that this Saturday of the month. But my first tourney, you guys know, I went 1-1-1, which is painfully average, right?
I mean, average in my eyes is at least X1, but sure.
Well, I mean that's like the borderline mediocrity, like just you won one, you lost one, you tied one.
Now, do they cap you at 3 rounds? Because you said you went 2-1 this time.
Yeah, we went 3 rounds. It's just this last time, the owner was pressed for time. He had to do something that night, so instead of best of 3, it was all best of 1. So we still went 3 rounds, best of 1, and I went 2-1 this time. Is that better? Is that average? That was average. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's best of one, so like potentially you could have done better.
Mm-hmm.
Given multiple games in those scenarios, or you could have done worse. They could have played around what you did in games 2 and or 3. So it could have gone either way. I have gripes against best of one. I think it's not a true representation of the game and any skill. Because it happens to everybody. You can brick,
luck-based, yeah.
You can have a bad matchup and not have enough time to adjust or play around it.
You're
So
right. It's so luck-based. Like I know you don't do the sports ball, but
no sports ball. I used to like sports puck.
I know you used to like sports ball, but
yeah, it's not a ball.
like an NBA, and that's my thing. A lot of things are best of 7. Because they figure 7 games is enough time to determine who's the better team, who has the better matchup, who can make the better adjustments. Cool. Then you have things like March Madness or things like NFL, where it's all just one game. That's it. But what kills me with Pokemon is that it's all luck based. It's all just how well did you shuffle? How well did you draw? Did you brick for a turn? So then the best of one is like if you just brick for a turn, that best of one game could be over and you could lose it. So that part sucks. You're right. You're exactly right.
Yeah, it really just comes down to the venues and the tournament organizers, and who has the time or who doesn't have the time.
Mm-hmm. Well, normally he does best of 3 rounds, best of 3. But that night he had to take off. Shout out to Drex and American Cards, is it Card Collectibles? Just shout out to Drex. He normally runs a really good event. He ran a 1K about 3 weeks back. And,
yeah, you're talking about that. Yeah, you got to meet Gabe Smart and such.
Mm-hmm. Gabe Smart, Liam Kidd, Dr. Taste Bad, all the homies came through. I was like a fangirl. I was like, the real players. But now I'm a real player, right? I have one deck, but
yeah. In time, you'll find one that you like, and you'll go from there.
I think it's Singlestrike, man. I know how to. I like to get a deck that I know how to play very well. It's like for a while I knew how to play Ice Rider really well. Then I knew how to play Dragapult really well. Singlestrike I know how to play really well now. So sometimes you just find a deck you hit a groove with, right?
Yeah, no, I mean like I loved Singlestrike for like the all the way through Evolving Skies. I loved it. I mean, I would even play like Tornadus. I loved it.
Oh my gosh, I remember when you played that, and I said, "Stupid, stop breaking wind on the stream."
But it won games. It did good. We didn't have to worry about Jolteon or anything, smacking it around or whatever. And even then, like it wasn't impossible because they can only ever do 200 damage to you thanks to the weakness. They still have to 2-shot your VMAX.
That's true.
So it was a good tech call for a little bit because everybody started playing other Urshifu and it had fighting resistance. So at the time it was fun. But I mean, like I love Singlestrike to the point where like it's blinged out. Like I have it almost full gold in high rarity. Like I have alternate art Urshifu V's and VMAXs and everything's reverse foil if it can't be gold.
I ripped a box open, the new Morpeko Villian box Friday. And I pulled this. If you guys are listening on YouTube or Spotify, you won't be able to see this. I mean, you can see it on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify or Anchor, you won't be able to see this. But Subin, tell them what that is. Can you see that?
There's a delay, so hang on.
Of course.
Yeah, that's a character rare, or not character rare, but the black and gold Singlestrike Urshifu from the trainer gallery.
Yes. Should I put that in the deck or not? I don't know, man, because it's just I only have one.
Yeah, it's only worth like $3 or $4, I think, at the moment. So you go ahead.
Thanks.
Go ahead and put it in your deck.
Well.
Yeah, I mean, I used to put $25 alternate arts in my deck, and I rifle shuffled them, so it's fine. Put that in there. Yeah.
See, I thought I was okay. Well, I'm depressed now. Thanks.
Yeah, it's like $3 or $4 now. The Rapidstrike alternate arts have trying it up a little bit, but that's different.
Speaking of Rapidstrike, when I played the tournament, I almost got demolished by a Rapidstrike deck. I beat Dragapult. I went just with the Umbreons and the Houndoom plays. Houndoom can come in clutch against Dragapult, Mew, stuff like that. I beat that. I ended up losing to Suicune. I overbenched too much, and I thought I could, get the knockouts before I could have. Missed the knockout for a turn, and after that it was over. And then
that's an unfortunate matchup for Singlestrike because you do need to bench down your support Pokemon to get the energy to be able to consistently KO.
Yeah, and I was like, if I bench and I knock it out soon enough, fine. But I missed the knockout, had to wait a turn. Then by the time I caught up and knocked it out, she had a Louis Kodo ready to go. and she had to dig for it. And she had to do a few things, but she dug it out, found it, knocked me out. I played it well, except for that part of the overbenching, which I had to do. I just thought I wouldn't break. But the one match that I won that I should not have won was against Rapidstrike Urshifu. I start off with I think a Houndoom in the active, a Houndour in the active, a Umbreon on the bench, or maybe it was an Urshifu on the bench, and eventually I dug out and found a second Houndour. He went first, started with the Urshi attached, played like a Drizzile down, or played a Sabo down, passed.
Oh, so next turn they were able to like rapid flow you.
He would have, but he prized both his Urshifu VMAXs.
Oh, okay, good job.
So I won just by luck. So after he prized those, he had no real counter, nothing to do after that. He played Moltres with it. He had Moltres V and VMAX, but by that time I had both my Houndooms going. Urshi was down.
Did you just say Moltres V and VMAX?
Oh.
There's not a Moltres VMAX.
Moltres V-Star? Is that a thing yet? Is that coming?
No.
It's got to be coming soon, right?
I doubt it.
Well, yeah. He had the baby Moltres and Moltres V.
There you go.
Moltres V-Star coming soon. You heard it here first. It's going to happen.
If it does, then it'll be the not Galarian type. It'll be fire.
But yeah, he played both the Moltreses, and he just couldn't get going after that. He prized those two VMAXs, and he said the game before, or like the first game, he had prized both his Vs, and he said it just wasn't working for him. Good deck he had, but he just couldn't get any luck that night. So I won that match. I shouldn't have won, but I won that one. So technically I went 2-1, but I feel guilty. I feel like I went 1-2.
I mean, it's better than 1-1-1. So you've made progress over the course of a week. So if next week you go 3-0, congratulations, you've done it. You've progressed as a Pokemon player. If you do worse, I'm sorry, you suck.
All right, Stu. I think we'll wrap this up pretty soon. Question for you. I'm gonna ignore that comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry you went 0-3. But
if you go 0-3,
I'm sorry you went 0-3. Turning your deck.
Me 5 subs, right? You're gifting me. If you go 0-3, you got to gift me 5 subs. I call it.
If I go 0-3, I'll gift you 5 subs.
If you go 3-0 and can prove it, I'll gift you 5 subs.
Okay. All right. Sounds like a deal.
You better not be asking your opponents to scoop. It has to be next week.
Bro, I'll give you $5 if you just scoop for me. Just $5 right here. Because I think every win you get a pack. Look, I got a pack right here, right now. Just scoop real quick, and I'll give you this pack. Imagine.
But like you're only going to get half that back from the sub revenue, so you're actually going to be negative money then.
But I have bragging rights, so I have the clout of knowing, I beat Steuben in a bet.
That you cheated. You cheated your way to the victory. As always, scams.
Let's get out of here, man. Let's wrap this up. Last segment I want to ask you about. I have a card in mind. I want to see what you're thinking. What card do you feel like we'll see an uptick in play with the way the meta's forming right now? Because, I mean, it seems like it's changing every day with just Arceus. It's so many different variants for Arceus, which is fun. This is the fun part of the format. Remember before Fusion Strike hit, and we had all the Evolving Skies decks, and everything was different? You had Sylveon and Leafeon and Jolteon. It's just all sitting in. Some people tried to play Rayquaza for some reason, but everything was so different. But now Mew came in, it was kind of ugh. But now we have Arceus, and you could splash Arceus with anything. What card with this ever-changing format do you think is going to see a uptick? Going to see a stock? What stock? If you had to put stocks on it, if you had to put some money on it, what card would you put your money on?
I know it won Liverpool, but like that's kind of an outlier because of how that deck was built specifically. But I think Rapidstrike Urshifu, honestly. People aren't putting Manaphy in their decks. They're not respecting that card. And I feel like everybody playing Arceus, I mean, if you play it right with an Urshifu, you could take them down and take multiple prizes in a turn super easy. That weakness sets it up. So there's many of ways to play Rapidstrike Urshifu. You could play it with Arceus. You could play it with Dark. You could play it with just Rapidstrike. You could play it with 22 1-ofs like Robin Scholes did. Like there's so many ways you can play it, and it's so versatile depending on your skill level and your skill cap, and what kind of like local meta you have or whatever you expect to see it. Whatever regional or international you're going to. I definitely think more people are probably going to start playing Rapidstrike. One, because it's affordable too.
Now here's the fun part. Everyone's going to play Rapidstrike. Well, I mean, just because it's a good card. It's affordable. But Arceus is everywhere. So you hit Arceus for weakness, you KO it. Have you seen the uptick in Dunsparce?
Not yet.
No,
Not yet.
I see it everywhere
Not
now.
yet.
It's anytime there's an Arceus, Dunsparce is there. I played in Senior Doom's tournament last night online. Shout out to Senior Doom, by the way. Played in his tournament last night, and I ran into three or four Arceus decks. Only one of them didn't have the Dunsparce. Every other Arceus deck had Dunsparce. It's everywhere.
Yeah, then people are respecting it then.
Yeah.
What about Manaphy? Any Manaphy floating around?
No, I have not seen many Manaphy.
Yeah.
Not many. I've seen maybe 1, 2 here and there, but not many. The one card I think to keep an eye on if you had some money, put stocks into it now. Don't laugh at me. Tool Jammer.
I mean, it's a common card, so.
I know that, but I'm just saying this card is gonna get played more often. I think.
You mean played more? Oh, when you say stocks, I'm thinking like monetary value.
It's uncommon, isn't it?
Yeah, it's uncommon.
So yeah, it's worth about
like
30 cents, right? About 30 cents.
Probably anywhere between 10 cents to a quarter on average, give or take shipping and tax and however you buy your cards.
But no, I mean, played more often. I think Tool Jammer is going to go up. There's a lot of choice bills floating around here.
And yeah, I mean, it also stops, air balloon.
Stops the air balloon, stops the... And a lot of people aren't putting a Tool Scrapper in their decks.
No, I mean, I have Tool Scrapper and Ice Rider Arceus. It feels good there.
Yeah. I see it. I see it occasionally in a couple, Inteleon decks, couple Drizzle decks.
And people might start playing Big Charm even more too. So I could see.
That's true.
I could see Jammer and Scrapper finally getting the.
I don't think Scrapper. I think it'll be Jammer. I think it's Jammer, man.
Yeah, and then your Jammer gets scrapped, and then what?
Then
just scrap.
Then just
scrap, bro.
It's just scrap. It's just a piece of scrap metal. But I mean, I don't know. I see Jammer playing a bigger role. Pretty soon. Pretty soon. Anything else we need to touch on, Mr. Stu?
I feel like in terms of stonks for financial, again, please don't take us for financial advisors. Anything we do or say here is not reflective upon us and your actions. Whatever you do with your money this is not legal advice.
We are totally
seriously.
Not financial advisors.
Not
exactly.
we're not liable for your decisions and whatnot from what you do if you invest and lose money.
Yeah, don't come in and say, "Well, Stu been engaged." No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
I have 2 cards in mind that I think people will move towards in the future potentially. I could see the Delmise VMAXs going up in value thanks to Gardenia. And of course, like there's tons of Delmise Arceus decks out there too, thanks to like Sleepy Dreepy pushing that one. And yeah, I can see Delmise turning from a $2.50 VMAX to like $4, $5, $6 or more if it performs at an event. And then also I could see the Champions Path Lucario V going up in value. Only because if we look at Duraludon and how Duraludon was like, pretty solid like choice for a while, Champions Path Duraludon went from 50-cent V to, $4, $5, $6, $7 for a little bit there.
It is.
So if the numbers matter and people play Lucario, the Lucario from Champions Path, it has like the little like the Buzzwole like Jet Punch kind of attack to it.
2020, right?
Yeah, I could see that increasing.
I completely agree with you with Delmise. I bought some this past Wednesday. We're trying to get my wife Jazzy to start playing, so I was like, maybe Delmise. So we bought Delmise, we bought Blissey, and we bought Togekiss. I said these could be some fun decks to play. Not too expensive. We got the Delmises for like you said, like $2 a piece.
Yeah, I think it could go up to a couple $1 card, and if Gardenia performs with it, maybe 10
or even right now
$15 if you're lucky.
Ooh, man! But even right now, even with the help of just Arceus, can just boost it, and Gardenia just helps out. So we grabbed ours, but I kind of disagree with the Lucario. I don't think Lucario V-Star is very good. I have 2.
No, I don't think Lucario V-Star is like top tier. I think it's like a 3.5 out of 5, and it gets better with that pickaxe kind of thing from
with the pick. Yeah, because that's just a draw a card or add a fighting energy, right?
The way I look at it, it's the most optimal Lucario. It's a fan favorite Pokemon. People are going to play it.
I do love some Lucario. You're right.
And even if you say you run up to an Arceus matchup and they play Dunsparce down, if you can hit them before the Dunsparce with that jab attack, that 20 it hits them for 40, then the V Star hits them for 120 plus 120. That's 240 more. 240 plus 40 is 280, even with the removal of weakness thanks to Dunsparce. So like
Now,
it's a really good math fixer.
now the promo Lucario that comes with the V Star, it has an attack for 2 energy that does 50, I think, and it knocks off a special energy. You don't think that's viable?
I think it's okay. I feel like it'd be like a one of. If you were to build like a semi-serious Lucario V-Star deck, I personally would play like 3 or 2, depending on like how thick your line wants to be. 3 or 2 of the Champions Path one, and at least 1 of the one from the promo.
Yeah, I built it online. I don't have the cards yet. Well, I mean, I have the cards. If you check this out, I told you I got that Morpeko V Union box. I picked up 2 of these Lucario
there you go.
V-Stars. Yeah. And I don't think it's that great, but I'm gonna rip this box open probably tomorrow. I have 2 of them, and then I'll take those promos. I'll try it out online. I know Little Dark Fury. Shout out to LDF. We do a lot of name dropping here, don't we?
I mean, that's just how Pokemon works.
True.
If somebody hasn't done it before us, then someone will do it after us.
That's true.
So.
But no, LDF was playing it on his stream earlier this Sunday. He was playing the Lucario, and I didn't get to see a chance how that went. But I want to try it out too. I built the deck already. I just have to get the cards and put the codes in, and then the cards will be there, and I'll try it out. But I just don't think it's that great. But it's a fan favorite. You're right. I love Lucario myself too.
I remember from a couple years ago that they ran that poll where it's like the top 10 most popular Pokemon of all time, and he landed like 4th or 5th or something like that in there.
Let me guess: Lucario, Charizard, Pikachu. Who else would it be?
Greninja, Gengar, Mewtwo.
That's okay.
Yeah.
And
no matter how bad the card is, people will play it. They'll find a way to play it, and it'll be like, that's my favorite Pokemon. I'm gonna play it.
But I mean, can they? Is the poll wrong though? Aren't those like some of the coolest Pokemon there are?
Unanimous,
yeah.
Sure. I don't know.
Let me guess. Top 1 for you, Ampharos. Put that on there, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Number 2, Flaffy. Number 3, Mareep. Is that right?
Number 2 is probably gonna be Mewtwo, technically.
Number 3 is Flaffy. Okay, so.
Number 3 is probably Greninja.
Okay, and then is there any Gengar on that list?
I like Gengar, maybe like top 25.
Okay.
I don't know where in top 25. Probably higher, but not.
But yeah.
Not in the top 5 for sure.
I like me some Gengar, man. I mean, Gengar Mimikyu is one of my favorite decks. The Tag Team GX. I miss that card so much.
Let's not go there.
Okay. But all right, Stu, man, I think we're about done here. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we've hit everything we wanted to. Again, this is a shorter episode than normal, so keep an eye out for the interview with Ricardo Totti, who got 2nd place at the Sao Paulo Regionals a few weekends ago in Brazil. Big shout outs to him and his Twitch channel. Also, massive shout out. We couldn't have done it without Iodetto for sure. Like, he was here to translate and make it easy for us to communicate back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And big shout outs to everybody who came in and watched the stream live with the interaction with the Brazilian players. It was really awesome to see everybody coming in and cheering on Ricardo and Iodetto being here.
Yeah, I'm so glad we got to do that interview. It was kind of touch and go for a while, but it worked out. There goes Io. He's still here. Oops, broke the 4th wall.
So definitely go check that out. And support both of them as creators and Pokemon players, of course.
Yeah, we definitely got to get him. We definitely got to get him on here again. We have to touch on that subject more.
We will, yeah. We covered a lot of stuff. We won't go into detail right now, but definitely, please go listen. The overall community needs to hear some of this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Once again, this was the Gust of Wind Podcast. Gazering 2K. Steuben, just Steuben, huh? No numbers attached to it.
They have zeros in the middle.
That's right. The ST00 bin. Find us on Twitter. Find this podcast on anywhere you get podcasts, on YouTube. Should be up the day after. This is streamed. Stu, appreciate you, man.
Anytime, man. Thanks for hosting this week, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Yes, sir.